What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Untitled Gaming, and today, people, today I'm going to be going over my Master of Oz Fusion Party Turbo. It's another Fusion Party deck. Honestly, Fusion Party is one of my favorite skills of the format. It's a poly skill that you can use for absolutely free whenever you really want. And yeah, like I said, it's very, very strong. But without further ado, we're going to jump right into this deck profile. We play triple Big Koala. Big Koala is one of our fusion materials for Master of Oz. It's a level 7 normal monster, 2,700 attack points, 2,000 defense points. Really, we're not going to be tribute summoning with it. We're going to usually be fusion summoning with it, or especially summoning it from hand with other cards in our deck, which we'll get to later. Next is Death Kangaroo, which is probably the better of the two. It's actually very utilizable in this deck, and it's not bad. It's actually a decent card. If you guys don't know, it's a dark monster, so you can use it as an allure target if you need to. It has 1,500 attack, 1,700 defense, which are like basic stats, not that great, but its effect is what's actually decent. If the attack of a monster that attacks this monster is lower than the defense of this card, destroy the attacking monster. So it's a DD Warrior Lady killer, right? You set it face down. If your opponent's going aggro with their DD Warrior Lady's attacks into it, you can just be like, affect the Death Kangaroo, pop the DD Warrior Lady, right? And that's really good. There's also like cool things that you can do like intertwined with that, right? That like make it to where Death Kangaroo can pop other cards on the field, but we'll get into that whenever we get through the deck list. Next is going to be Breaker the Magical Warrior, which is, you know, a dark monster that pops a spell or trap card on the field. So because we play Allures in this deck, we play this card at 3, and it's you know, one of the best cards. And then next we have Dasher. Dasher is a Destiny Hero monster that is not only a tribute summon monster, that way you can tribute over any card that gets Floodgate Trap Hold, but also it's a you know, a monster that has a graveyard effect that says, if you draw a monster during your draw phase, you can reveal it and special summon it. So if you draw a big koala during your draw phase, you can use your Dasher in the graveyard and summon your big koala to the field as a 2,700 beater, which is very, very good in my opinion. Like, this card is very good. Triple Allure of Darkness is played in this deck. Again, you want to be turboing into these guys as soon as possible, especially if you go first. Like, if you have Allure and you open up one of these materials with another dark monster, you just want to Allure right away. You want to try to get out that Master of Oz before they can get the floodgates. Poly's played at 1, you know, just in case they out your Oz, you have another way to get out an Oz or another fusion monster that you can actually summon that's in the extra deck. Next on our list is the Floodgate Trap Hole. Play this card at 2. And yeah, it's probably one of the better traps of the format right now, so highly recommend playing it. You can play Zomas if you want, but hey, I like Floodgate a lot. Wall Disruption is also being played at 2. I think it's very good in this deck because when your opponent declares an attack, say on your face down or face up Death Kangaroo, and you Wall of Disruption that monster, and that attack falls below 1,700 attack points, then what happens is that Death Kangaroo pops the monster. Yeah. So Wall of Disruption shrinks the opponent's monster. Whenever they declare an attack into Death Kangaroo pops the card. Like, that is insane. And then lastly, we play Wicked Dragon. We play like decent trap cards, so I want my opponent to be trying to pop our spell and trap cards because, like I said, they're decent. And then I want them to be fools and pop the Waking the Dragon. That way we can utilize our other 3 fusion zones. Next is going to be our Psyduck. We played Cosmic Cyclones for the Moss because it's still a crazy deck for whatever reason. Heck you, Konami, for that one. Offerings to the Doomed. You know, destroy any monster on the field, any face-up monster. This is really for DD Warrior Ladies. And then Defusion. This is for Dragoon Turbo because this deck just loses to Dragoon Turbo. Like, hard. This deck loses hard to Dragoon Turbo. Like, it is crazy. Yeah, but for our fusions, obviously we play the 2 of Master of Oz. This is for our poly target and our fusion party. So we have the option to summon it twice, which is really, really good. Not only that, but the other summonable monster in our extra deck that can't be, or that, you know, Waking the Dragon isn't summoning is Destiny Hero Dangerous. And this card takes, you know, Dasher and any of your dark monsters. So Dasher, Death Kangaroo, or Breaker the Magical Warrior, and summons itself. I actually went through a very interesting game earlier today testing this deck. Like, it was very interesting. I'll get over into that in a second. If you don't know what Dangerous does, he quick effect discards a card from your hand, sends a Destiny Hero from the graveyard, and then he gains 200 attack for each Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard. So that's very good. Now, the scenario that happened was my opponent goes summon Ally of Justice Colossalus and Spellproof, attack into the face down monster. It's Death's Kangaroo, but I wall of Disruption on attack declaration. So he flips over the Kangaroo. Kangaroo's effect is then activated because it's only 1500 attack points at that point. It pops. I draw for turn, drawing into the Breaker the Magical Warrior. Summon the Breaker, use the Breaker's effect to pop a spell or trap card on the field. I pop the one set Widespread Ruin, right? I then use Polymerization. Fusion Party, polying into Death Kangaroo and Dasher, and then that summons Dangerous to the field in attack mode with a Breaker at 1600. Alright, so I go into battle phase, I attack with the Breaker for 1600, and then I attack in with the Dangerous, utilizing the quick effect to discard the Poly in hand and send another Dasher to the graveyard, and he gains an extra 200 attack points. So he becomes a 2400 attack point with the 1600, creating 4000 damage on my second turn of the duel. So it was insane. Spellproof sucks. Next on our list is Arcana Knight Joker. A very good card that can be summoned off Awakening. Same with Destiny and Dragoon. And of course, Ojama King. Playing Awakening this deck, I want to play these three cards. You can opt to take any of them out for a Thousand Eyes Restrict if you want, but these are the three I'm opting to play. Especially if I just draw the one Waking going first instead of face down, they just blind Cosmic it. Yeah, I'm definitely summoning this Ojama King. There is no way I'm not. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to get right into this showcase. So this is a showcase between me and this guy named Fluffler. Very cool guy. I think I played against him a couple times before. He's like I said, nice dude. I have no issue with him whatsoever, except for game one. I was very annoyed game one of this match, but we'll get into that when it happens, right? So starting off, we have, he's playing his deck, and we're going to just say he doesn't play his skill, right? And we were both testing decks, and he didn't realize his skill didn't work the way that he thought it did. So, yeah. So he plays DD Warrior Ladies, Cyber Dragon, like good cards in his deck. Air Walls, all that. That's what his deck really is. So he goes ahead and sets the Warrior Lady face down, sets the Mirror Wall face down, and passes turn off to us. We draw into the Dasher here. And then what we do is we go into standby, nothing gets activated, go into main phase 1, we summon the Breaker, use the Breaker effect to pop the back row. We see that he's playing Mirror Wall, right? So we use the Allure here, we draw the 2, drawing into the Waking the Dragon and the Big Koala. Using the effective Fusion Party here, we send the Death Kangaroo and the Big Koala to the graveyard. And then we use the Master of Oz. Or summon out the Master of Oz. Set the Waking face down, go into battle phase, and then attack into the face down monster, expecting it to be the Warrior Lady. Revealing that it is the Warrior Lady, we are fine in this situation, passing turn back off to the opponent, who draws into another Cyber Dragon, and then sets the DD Warrior Lady again face down, drawing for turn into another Allure of Darkness. We're going to utilize its effect, drawing 2 cards, drawing into Poly and Breaker, bashing the Breaker here, entering into battle, and then attacking the Breaker into the other set card, being another DD Warrior Lady. Opponent draws for turn again, drawing into the Cosmic Cyclone. Passes turn off to us, we draw for turn, drawing into another Big Koala. Again, we just get into this passing fest. Cosmic Cyclone is activated, paying 1,000 life points, and then just banishing the Waking the Dragon. This is going to allow me to summon Destiny and Dragoon to the field. And then they're going to set the Mirror Wall, switch the DD Warrior Lady to attack, which is fair, and then attack into the Destiny and Dragoon, making them lose 1,500 life points and banishing both of our materials. I draw for turn, drawing into the Floodgate Trap Hole, set the Poly, set the Floodgate, pass turn off to the opponent. Opponent draws into the Reinforcements of the army, utilizing its effect to add 1 Warrior monster from the deck to hand, adding the other DD Warrior Lady, setting it face down, and then passing turn off to us, which we draw into the Wall of Disruption. Battle phase again, I'm just going to get knowledge of this card, making sure that it is the DD Warrior Lady set face down and not some other face down, drawing into the Mirror Wall again, and then passing turn back off to us, which we draw into the Floodgate. Again, passing turn back to the opponent, drawing into the Tribute to the Doom, using its effect to send the Cyber Dragon to the graveyard, destroying the Master of Oz here, and then passing turn back off to us. We draw into the Wall of Disruption here. Nothing really good going on at this point. So we kind of get into this frame where we can't really do anything to each other, and it's yeah, I can start clearing cards and everything, but yeah, it's one of those things where at this point I'm going to deck out before he does. So I use the Poly here. I try to bring out the Oz. I tribute out into the Dasher, and then I attack into the Dekochi. Dekochi makes him draw one, and then I attack into the DD Warrior Lady, which gets mirror walled, and then, you know, I lose life points. So drawing into another Tribute to the Doom, not paying the cost or you'll die. Tribute to the Doom, killing the Oz again, and then setting the Dekochi face down. We draw for our last card, and it's a Death Kangaroo, and at this point we can't really do anything. So it's like I have to, you know, essentially just give him the game. I hate decking out, man. I hate getting stalled. It's one of my least favorite things. They go ahead and set the Locomotive and the Mirror Wall face down. We draw for turn, drawing into the Dasher, and then we summon the Breaker here. I'm not using Breaker's effect, right? I want to keep that 1900 meter. I want to climb this DD Warrior Lady right now. So I use the effects of Fusion Party, bring out the Master of Oz, right? I enter into battle, and then I attack into the Dekochi. Mirror Wall is played, right? I take the 50 damage. Master of Oz attacks, and then he also loses attack points. Draws into the other Tribute to the Doom and pays the cost of 2,000 for the Mirror Wall. That way he can like stay alive. Using the effect of Tribute to the Doom, discarding one to destroy the Master of Oz, and then drawing for turn into another big Walla. I'm just going to use Breaker here and pop the Mirror Wall. Like, yeah, that's all I really got to do. Tribute it and summon Dasher, and I have my 2100 beater that attacks directly. Like, super easy win. He kind of bricked here, didn't get like too many monsters. Even with the extra draw off to Kochi, it didn't really matter for him in this situation. Going into game 3, we start off the turn. I believe he opts to make me go second still, which is like good for me. Sets the Dekochi face down. I draw into the Dasher. I set the Death Kangaroo face down. I set the Cosmic face down. I pass turn off to the opponent, who draws into the reinforcements of the army. Flips the Dekochi, draws one card, and then uses the Cosmic Cyclone here to banish my Cosmic Cyclone. And then uses the reinforcements to grab the DD Warrior Lady. Summons the Warrior Lady to the field in attack position, and then attacks into the Kangaroo. Kangaroo comes out, punches it in the face, destroys it. Its attack is lower than our defense, so it dies. Drawing for turn, drawing into Breaker the Magical Warrior, going to main 1, utilizing Polymerization here instead of the skill, sending both materials to the graveyard to summon the Master of Oz. Summoning the Breaker here, getting the counter, and at that point we win the duel. So, yeah, it was fun. If you guys want to know, this is the Cyber Dragon skill. You didn't realize the Cyber Dragons can attack. We talk about it later. And so, yeah, it's like one of those things where this deck is like really, really strong, but it easily can get stalled by the DD Warrior Ladies, which is why we play the offerings, which are in the side deck. That way, breakers can hit into the Warrior Ladies. They're not going to want to banish the 1600 breaker, you know, and then use the offerings to pop them on the field as best as you can. He played a really weird monster out card, Tribute to the Doomed. I don't know why more people aren't playing this card. It was okay in Duel Links. It was SR when it came out, and you just utilized it to discard cards from your hand to pop cards on the field. It's definitely a card we can look at a little bit more in this format, especially because you fill your grave with cards. Like Tribute to the Doom, sending Dasher to graveyard seems really powerful in my opinion. Or Mally, Tribute to the Doom, setting Mally. That's also a cool idea. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you leave a like on the video. If you like me, make sure you subscribe. And above all, I want you all have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy Easter. Bye-bye.